To Capitol Hill we go, and Republicans are floating a new strategy now to reopen the federal government one piece at a time.
This new approach will face a critical test today in the Senate. Doug Lazater live for us in Washington to fill us in. Doug, good morning.
Good morning, and if you're keeping count, this could be the 10th vote today to try to reopen the government, or at least a portion of it.
You came in and with a mandate said, go after the worst of the worst.
The FBI director yesterday during an Oval Office briefing on crime, but the question quickly turned to who's getting paid and who isn't during this government shutdown.
Are FBI officials being paid right now? Are all the FBI employees being paid, and are all the...
Well, that's what I understand. I hope so.
Well, some federal paychecks may be going out, but most aren't with the shutdown in week 3.
Nobody wins in a government shutdown.
Republicans say they have a new plan, offering up longer-term funding today for the Pentagon, as well as perhaps other agencies, a piecemeal approach.
And we'll find out tomorrow whether the Democrats want to proceed to the defense appropriations bill and what other bills we might be able to attach to it if we can get consent to do it.
Well, here we are.
Democrats, though, aren't so sure. But the GOP plan here is to essentially dare them into opposing a plan to refund the Defense Department.
We have to see what they're going to put on the floor. They haven't told us yet.
The motion is not agreed to.
And after another failed vote yesterday to reopen the entire government on a temporary basis, Democrats are still holding out for what they really want: more subsidies for Obamacare health insurance plans.
Look, I'm not going to negotiate in public. You know the things that we are asking for. Thank you.
Yeah, so will there be negotiations before or after the government reopens? That's really the big divide here between Democrats and Republicans. Jen and Bob.
The strategy with Republicans seems to be to Democrats. How much are you willing to say no to get what you want?
That's right. I mean, it is on the one hand kind of, again, daring them to vote against funding for the troops, for instance. You know, ultimately, Republicans may throw Democrats a bone here by offering some funding for some other agencies and departments that are important to Democrats. That's why the critical question here is what's going to be in the final mix that they vote on this.
Didn't the Democrats early on during the shutdown suggest funding the military separately? They were proposing something, so seemingly this could be something that they're agreeable to?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, this is how it is supposed to be done. I mean, you're supposed to do these funding, you know, kind of not permanent, but year-long funding measures. And that's what they're trying to get across the finish line with just the defense aspect of this. They may throw some other agencies in there as well before this is all said and done.
I mean, maybe at the end of the day, this is what, you know, compromise is, right? And that's just how they kind of work their way through it.
Bits and pieces.
We'll see if this, in fact, works. What happens here? Doug Lazater always having a pulse for us there and what's happening in Washington. We appreciate it, Doug.
Thank you.